Chapter 6. Lila's steps felt lighter as she approached the word shop. The ivy had grown slightly fuller since last week, creeping further along the brick wall, as if even nature wished to embrace the shop. The conversations with her grandmother were beginning to take root inside her, unfolding like petals in the warmth of spring. Curiosity had led her deeper into wonder, and now a quiet anticipation hummed in her chest. She was beginning to trust that each visit would bring her something she didn't even know she was searching for. Lila paused before the door, her fingers grazing the smooth brass handle before stepping inside. The bell above the door let out its familiar chime, and with it the scent of ylang-ylang and well-loved books. But today her attention was drawn to something new, a collection of pressed flowers resting inside an open dictionary, as though capturing the forgotten language of blooms. Her grandmother was already seated at their usual table, the teapot steaming gently between them. Another ivory card waited beside it. Lila smiled as she slipped into her chair. "I feel like I'm beginning to see the world differently," she admitted, wrapping her hands around the warmth of her cup. "But it's not just that. I feel different inside, like something is waking up that I didn't even know had been asleep." "That is the beauty of wonder," her grandmother nodded knowingly. "It does not force, it does not push, it simply opens." Lila, deeply curious about what word could be next, reached for the ivory card. Inspire. Inspiration is the invisible current moving through the world since time began, the twinkle behind the eyes of one who dares to dream. Breathe it in, let it move you. She inhaled softly, feeling the word settle into her lungs. "Inspire," she whispered, tasting its meaning as if it were something sacred. "Tell me, what does this word stir within you?" her grandmother asked. Lila thought for a moment. "It feels like movement, like something flowing through me and out into the world. It's not just about feeling something, it's about sharing it." "Yes, the root of inspire means to breathe into. It is life-giving," her grandmother smiled. "When you are truly inspired, it is not something you own. It is something that moves through you, like wind stirring the leaves, like the tide rushing to meet the shore." Lila traced the edges of the card with her fingertips. "So inspiration isn't about trying to make something happen. It's about letting something move through you?" She hesitated, then added, "In my anatomy class, we just studied the respiratory system. The word inspire, it's connected to breath, isn't it? When we inhale, we literally inspire air into our lungs." "Yes, my love," her grandmother's smile sparkled. "Just as breath gives life to the body, inspiration gives life to the soul. Without breath, the body cannot thrive. Without inspiration, the spirit cannot fully awaken. Inspiration is an invitation, a whisper from the universe saying, 'Let me flow through you.' You are never without inspiration. It lives in every moment you choose to see." Lila exhaled slowly. "So, if I feel inspired, it means something is trying to move through me?" "Yes, and the question is, will you allow it?" Her grandmother lifted her teacup with a knowing smile. She sat back, her mind swirling with possibilities. The past few weeks had been filled with small awakenings, little flickers of excitement and wonder. But now she wondered, was there something waiting to flow through her that she had yet to embrace? She looked at her grandmother. "What inspires you?" Her grandmother set her teacup down, her gaze distant but warm. "Inspiration is everywhere, even in what you are studying. Think about it. Every breath you take is an act of receiving, of allowing life to enter. Medicine may teach you how the body works, but inspiration will teach you how to truly heal. Do you know when I feel it most deeply? When I see someone truly becoming themselves. When someone steps into their own light, no longer afraid to shine." She smiled. "That is why the word shop exists, because words, when chosen with love, have the power to awaken something inside us, to inspire us to remember who we truly are. Words are not meant to be rushed. They prefer to be savored." Lila felt her chest expand as if she were breathing in something more than air. She looked down at the card again, running her fingers over the word. Inspire. What if she allowed inspiration to move through her? What if she trusted that something was waiting to be expressed, not from her mind, but from something deeper. Her grandmother reached for a small wooden box on the table and slid it toward Lila. Go on, open it. Lila lifted the lid, revealing 2 small notebooks inside. One looked new, while the other was soft, worn, well-loved. This belonged to me when I was your age, her grandmother said softly. Inside, I wrote down every moment that inspired me. Not just grand ideas, but small things. The way rain sounded on rooftops, the scent of fresh bread in the morning, a kind word from a stranger. I wrote them all down because inspiration does not live in big moments. It lives in noticed moments. Lila ran her fingers over the cover, her heart swelling. You want me to keep one too? I want you to notice what breathes life into you, her grandmother nodded. What makes you feel awake, alive, connected? Start today, my dear, and let inspiration find you so that you become the spark that ignites another, the ripple that sets water in motion, the wind that carries ideas across the sky like dandelion seeds, planting possibilities in places you may never see. Inspiration does not belong to you. You belong to it. Lila held the notebook close, feeling something stir deep within her. She smiled as she looked at the word in front of her one last time before tucking it in her pocket. Inspire.